Steam engine started off as portable. In other words, a wheel at each corner, a boiler and a chimney and all the other bits and pieces. Full for probably 2 horses, pulled them around the farm, through refreshing tackles, and then they decided they'd make themselves propelled. It's the steam engines you see today. This one's number 4 in the programme. It's a Fayre, made in 1931. It's a 5 horsepower ploughing engine. It's owned by Martin Shepherd. I think I've got that right. It was supplied new in 1931 to Barneshire County Council and then to the Earl of Seaforth Estate. Finally ending her working days with McAlpine Construction of Newcastle on Tyne in the late 1960s. It then passed through 2 more owners and being converted back to original tractor form in 1980. Purchased by the present owner in 1993, she is regularly steamed on the road to rallies and a recent visit up to Southern Ireland for a charity event. This can't be the right engine. Let's have a word with the driver. Don't tell me what that says in the programme. This programme versus speaking. What? Right, we'll have another go. It's very confusing. There's about 6 number 4s in this programme for steam engines, and I picked the wrong one to talk about. Right, we've got the right one this time. It's a Fayre K4 made in 1916. That sounds about right. 12 horsepower. It's called Sevington. It was purchased in 1999, as a complete derelict engine, stripped down and rebuilt with a new firebox, barrel, firebox and tender by J. Mann and C. Pickett and friends. It was rallied in 2002 and 2003 at the Bedfordshire Steam Fair, was reunited to sister engine Linky and paired up to plough after 56 years. Sevington now rallies regularly throughout the season. This is owned by J. Mann. I'll get confused with your programme. Hang on Lisa, don't go, I might get this wrong. Right, at 3:10, in 10 minutes time, right, in 10 minutes time, there's some girls coming around selling raffle tickets. Now the prize is 5 rides in Grizzly at 4 o'clock and 2 helicopter rides. They are the prizes. And some of the money from this proceeds has been donated to the Northamptonshire and Warwickshire Air Ambulance Service. Right, I think I've got that right. That's in 10 minutes time. Right, we was on about this ploughing engine. I did read to you what was in the book. As you can see, with these ploughing engines, there's a big drum underneath and that's got a pile of wire rope on. You have a pair of these engines, one stands at one end, one stands at the other, like they're doing over there, and they pull the plough up and down the field. You can probably get a closer look at the wire rope in here when it goes round the field, just to see what it looks like. I should say this engine probably weighs between 15 and 20 tonnes. The next one is a steam lorry. It's what they call a Yorkshire. It was made in 1927 and it's owned by Mr. Wines. It was built in 1927, new to Clayton's of Hemsley, Leeds. It was returned to the works in 1936 and then rebuilt. It was restored by Walter Fernley of Castleford, then sold again in 1984 to Hardwicks of Ewell, from whom the present owners acquired it. It says British is best on the front, you may defend that's right. It's a nice lorry, very rare being in Yorkshire. I don't know how many of these were made. Most of these lorries were either Foes or Sentinels. Something very different. Number 7.
I'll just interrupt a moment. We've got that collection going on, as you know. One of the things that's happening with the collection is that we're bringing a Ferguson tractor around with a trailer on the back, and as that goes around very close to the arena edge, we want to toss some coins in there. That'll help the air ambulance. There is, of course, no government funding for the air ambulance, and if you think about it, it's a bit like an aerial lifeboat. You never know when you might need it. Back to you, Trevor.
Okay, number 7 is a Fowler, 1924, 5 horsepower. It's owned by P.E. Johnson. It was new in 1924 to Matlock County Council. They then sold it to Wagon District Council. It ended up in a children's playground in 1958. It was bought and restored in 1965 by Jack Hardy, who then sold it to Patterson in 1974. It was purchased by the present owner in 1976 from the late Mr. Patterson's sister. It had a new firebox fitted in 1995 and a 2-plate in 2002. And this one is owned by P&J Johnson and Sons, I think from Bedfordshire. Moving along, the next one is an Evelyn and Porter, made in Rochester in Kent. That's called Jasmine. I don't appear to have no information on this one. And there don't appear to be no drivers. I'll track the man down eventually who owns it. They keep walking away and leaving me. What can you tell us about the road roller Jasmine, sir?
Well, we've had it since the 70s. We took it apart in the 70s and we rebuilt it in the 90s, early 90s.
Okay, so that took you a few years to get it to where it is now. And who owns this one?
This one here, what lorry you mean? Oh, Mrs. Wagon from Somerset.
Okay, thank you very much. Right, we're moving along to the big showman's engine, Prince of Wales. This one is owned by Dennis and Pam Woodward from Bud Lawton. It's a John Fowler, made in Leeds. Like I say, it's called the Prince of Wales. Let's see if we've got anything in the programme about that. This engine was made in 1917. This engine was built to the order of the Minister of Munitions for export to Russia for towing heavy field guns during the Russian Revolution. Before the engine left England, the revolution had ended and the order was cancelled. It was eventually sold to Viscount Hampton, Hertfordshire, and spent its working life on his estate. In 1955, the engine was converted into a scenic showman. It was acquired by the present owners in 1992, who completely rebuilt and renovated the engine to how you see it today, which looks immaculate, I think. Very nice engine. If you have a look under the canopy, that's got lovely wooden canopy, 2 different colours of wood in there, very nice. There's a nice picture of a pig painted in the middle there as well. I don't know what that's supposed to represent, but there you go. This engine looks as if it's been doing some serious work. If you look at the front, look at the chimney and the smoke box, you'll see where the paint is blistered. I'll say, it's done some work just recently. Right, we're on the next one. That's a barrel traction engine. That doesn't appear to have a number. Number 8. Did they give us a number? Oh, they didn't give you a number. Are you Mr. Stevens? Right. This engine was made in 1898. It's a 6 horsepower. The engine was new to Isaac Ball and Sons, thrashing contractors, Lancashire. It first went into preservation in 1960. Purchased and restored by the present owner in 1989. It's had a major overhaul and boiler repairs, including the firebox in 1997 to 2003. This is a nice engine, it's nicely lined out, canopy fitted. I suppose this engine's nearly been in preservation as long as it works. Oh yes, it was in 1960 when it went in preservation. So we're getting there then, that's still half and half. Yeah. How long have you owned the engine, sir? 18 years. 18 years. So you know all the ins and outs of it now? Oh, every nut and bolt. Every nut and bolt. Okay. And if you see, some of these engines are fitted with rubber tyres. Does that make a big difference? Oh yes, yeah. Good comfort on the road, good travelling on the road, and plenty of grip on the field. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Right, we're back to steamrollers again, and the next one's called Katie. This one don't appear to have a number. No, there somebody will tell me. Right, okay, this is number 8. It's an Overland and Porter made in 1923. It's owned by Chris Parker, that says here. He's the man, is he? Good afternoon, sir. This one yours? Could be. How much does this one weigh? 9.5 tons. So if that runs over your foot, that makes a mess of it. How long have you owned the engine, sir? 7 years. 7 years. Okay. They keep laughing at one another here. I can see this one's got no boiler lagging on. Is there a reason for that?
It's had its 10-year exam, 2005. I'm still waiting to get the templates made to put the metal sheets on.
So you can see the wooden lagging under this one. That's what they look like inside when they've not got the fancy work around and the brass bits. That's it. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. That's on the front phone, Mr. Pickett said. Yeah, I can read what that says on there. Right, the next one belongs to the Pickett family, who come from Great Everston in Cambridgeshire. He told me that was on the front, well that's disappeared. Now that's on the back. I think they're having games with me. Mr. Pickett Senior. What can you tell us, sir, about this?
Well, this engine belongs to Colin, my son. He won't speak on the PA because he's wanted by the police. But apart from all that, Colin bought this engine in a reasonable condition. Spent a lot of time, a lot of money restoring it to the condition it's in. There's still money to be spent, so any contributions would be welcome. But all in all, yeah, we are steam men. We've been in the game about 40 years. And my other son, David, just sold a burrel, which unfortunately, as far as we're concerned, is a bit of a disaster, but there we are. But yeah, it's a nice engine, and it's almost completed. Give it another 12 months, and my daughter-in-law, Carol, when she coughs up the money, we can complete the job.
Oh, I see. Right, what does it say on the back about it? Because I read for talk from the back of here, you see, this one's called Bromyard Queen Nance. It's a Fayre A8 estate engine. It was ordered from Fayre's in Leeds in 1909 to undertake both road work and agricultural work. At the time, Fayre's had recently completed a run of castings on a new experimental new cylinder which most were fitted to their Class R3 road locomotive. But very few were put on A8 boilers, including this one. Yeah, I'm all right. They keep laughing at me. They put this on here so the wind bloody blows it. Yeah, they can't hold it for me. I do know this engine once resided at Bromyard in Herefordshire, and it has recently gone back there. So they told me yesterday. But I did read all what was on here yesterday, but I shan't be reading it today. It was purchased by the present owners, Colin and Carol Pickett, in July 2003, when pick up. Yeah. When restoration recommenced, new tender, belly tanks, complete motion, overhaul, including new pistons, rods and valve rods, all the bearings throughout. Restoration is still ongoing, and this winter should see the completion, including boiler lagging, half cab, rubber tyres and paintwork. Well, I think that's been done. It looks very nice presentable engine. These people would like to thank everybody who helped them, and like I say, very nice piece of equipment. That's the most important part. May we say many thanks to everyone who has helped us, especially David Mango Edwards of Edwards Engineering Emporium. They have all these fancy words near Stamford for his skills and expertise. I see. This man here with the glasses, he's taking the mickey. He used to have a steam engine, a model one. Now he messes around with people with full-size ones. Yeah, I'm all right. I used to know these blokes years ago from doing the Sandringham Spring Spectacular, which used to be a good little show, that did.
We go back to Sandringham as well, sir.
Yeah, okay then. Right. This is the worst section to commentate on, this is. Got some very nice lights on the front here, I might say, but this one's got no bottom. Fallen off. Yeah, get some gaffer tape. Right. We're moving on to steamrollers again. They've all deserted me again. I do know this road roller has recently changed hands. It's another Evelyn and Porter from Rochester in Kent, where they were made. This one was built in 1901. Years ago, in its early part of its life, Chivers from Histon, the Jam and Jelly people, they owned this engine. Somehow or another it ended up at the Leigh School in Cambridge. They had a steam club, and Vic and Brian Camp, they used to run this engine for the steam club. And then when the steam club sort of finished, Vic and Brian bought the roller and restored it to as you see it today. Last year Brian sold the roller. The gentleman who bought it, he will not talk on the microphone, however hard you try. So I don't really know who the gentleman is who owns it at the moment. But he's here today, but like I say, he won't talk to you. Right, we're moving along again. We're back to Showman's engines. This one's a Burrell. It's got a name on it somewhere. This one's called Nero. It belongs to Mr. Middlemas from God Manchester, who used to own all the pubs there. I don't know whether he still does. Early part of his life, I suppose, it was owned by Bostock and Wormwood's gigantic combination. That's what it says on the canopy. Now it's owned by Mr. Middlemas. I think, according to the programme, it could be a replacement for Busy Bee. This is the replacement engine instead of the Busy Bee, which the Middlemas has also owned. I don't know how much this engine weighs. Best part about 15 tonne? Yeah, 15 tonne. And how fast will this one go on the road, sir?
Tops out a good 8 miles an hour.
Good 8 miles an hour, there. So they nip along fair speed. Right. We're moving on again, agricultural engine, this one. It's a William Foster, made in Lincoln. owner's name in the programme, so it's a very nicely restored engine. Right, okay. It is a Foster, and it spent its working life thrashing in Wales and Teesside. It was saved for preservation by the toss of a coin and completely rebuilt by the present owner between 1989 and 1981. It's a 7 horsepower engine. What can you tell us about it, sir?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Well, that's an honest opinion. Oh, I see. It belongs to Mick Cherry. Okay, thank you very much. Next one is road roller number 6. This one's a Wallace and Stevens, made in 1930, 5 horsepower, and it's owned by MJ Farmer. This roller was new in April 1930 to Hena Urban District Council, Derbyshire. It was used until 1962, when withdrawn with a broken axle case. It stood in the open, being used for spares until purchased by the present owners in September 1979. Taken 13 years to restore, with new boiler barrel, firebox tube and a front tube plate, smokebox, canopy, pipework and builder's plates, plus many other parts. As you can see, this one's fitted with a canopy, so if it rains you sort of only half got wet. This model, the Advance, was made so when you was rolling tarmac you could stop or go backwards and forwards without actually stopping. So if you stopped on tarmac, the back wheels left 2 holes in the road, which were a damn job to get out. So this had a quick forward and reverse motion on it. Very nice roller, that one. Number 1 in the programme in the steam section is a Ruston and Proctor. It was made in 1907. It's rated at 7 horsepower, owned by David Palmer. This engine was sold from the 1907 Royal Show stand at Lincoln in that year. It was purchased by Ward and Newton of Sleaford. Over the years it passed through many different owners, ending up in South Wales. It was purchased from Edwards of Swindon, a showman, in a very derelict condition in November 1965. Serious restoration did not commence until the early 1980s. It was completely restored to its present condition over the following years for this gentleman's late father, Aaron, with the assistance from professional boiler smiths, etc. when required. The restoration took 7,002 hours, all of which is written down and photographed as the process went on. It was completed and attended its first rally at Alberton Castle in Derbyshire in 1997. It's been rallied ever since, and it's owned by David Farmer. Right, that's the front row done. We'll venture along the back row now. The man from the Hunt Steam Flow Rolling Company, who's just recently bought a roller. What's your name, sir?
It's Harry Cheeseman.
Thank you very much, sir. We have found out who owns it eventually. Right, the next one is number 4. It's a Fayre. Right, I'm about to talk about the right one. I have to check with the drivers to make sure I'm talking about the right engine for the programme. This one is called the Highland Lass. It is a Fowler, made in 1931. It's rated at 5 horsepower and it is owned by Martin Shepherd. Originally it was supplied new in 1931 to Barnardshire County Council and then to the Earl of Seaforth Estates, finally ending her working days with Melgold Fine Construction of Newcastle upon Tyne in the late 1960s, then passing through 2 more owners' hands and being converted back to the original tractor form in 1980. It was purchased by the present owners in 1993. She is regularly steamed on the road to rallies. A recent visitor to Southern Ireland for a charity event, now fitted with a new canopy to the original pack. Spot on, he said. And it trades as the Fossway Heavy Haulage Company. I think I know where the Fossway is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long road, what goes sort of between Leicester, Bradford, somewhere at that part of the road.
Well on that way, down to Gloucester.
Down to Gloucester, yes, that's a nice engine, that one. I think this one has been had them in the past. Yeah. Are you coming this year?
No, not this year.
No. 2, 3. That weren't bad, Tony said. He said you could do better. Tony reckons you could do better. So let's have another one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much, drivers, for bringing your engines in. Some of you tell me a lot and some of you don't tell me nothing. Okay then. So, if you'd like to make your way back to your pegs, I'm sure the ring marshals will see you out safely. For the people on the outside of the ring, do be careful of these big machines. Like my colleague over there, John, says, if the driver can't see you, he perhaps don't know you're there. They are big machines. There's no power steering on these, like there is the modern day car. There is 2 on them, one to drive and one to steer. But like I say, the man in the middle working the controls is the driver, not the man steering. We've had a very nice section of rollers and engines and lorries in here today. I think the next thing in the ring will probably be Grizzly.
Yes, the Grizzly back in the arena at 4 o'clock, that's in about 10 minutes time. That's followed at 4:45 with the parade of vintage cars that we have here this weekend. And finally in the arena for today at 5:30 this afternoon we have the Mini Club coming in to the theme of the Italian job. I wonder how that came about.
This big ploughing engine was now leaving. We got Mr. Edwards steering. When I first knew him, he used to have a model steam engine, model ploughing engine. It must be strange driving the big ones again. You just think when you go home from here, you get in your car and you shut the door, put the seatbelt on and turn the key, car starts straight away and you're ready to go. You think with some of these steam engines, they get up a long time, 2 hours before they want to go anywhere to get these in steam. Very slow process.
Did you say put the seatbelt on? Is that what you're supposed to do?
Come again?
I said you have to put your seatbelt on when you get in the car, do you?
Well, yeah, don't you?
Oh, that explains that funny noise I keep getting. It's going bong, bong, bong. I keep expecting a trolley dolly to come along.
No, you've got one of them Volvos with all them flashing lights on, ain't you?
Yeah.
My Honda's the same.
That's all right, they all do it.
Yeah, I know.
Built-in confusion machine, that is a computer.
That's another thing you see, these blokes on these steam engines, they don't have no seatbelts.
I wish you'd stop mentioning things like that, because I'm sure there are certain ears listening with certain health and safety people, and before you know where you are, you'll be chained to the footplate.
Yeah, they talked to me then if they were up there, wouldn't they?
Very true. Selling tickets around the ground for rides on the monster truck and also the helicopter tickets, and the draw for that will be taking place very shortly. That's the draw for the monster ride trucks, and the helicopter rides will be taking place very shortly. So get yourself near to a loudspeaker somewhere where you can actually hear what's going on, and you'll be able to hear whether your numbers come up or not.
See, Mr. Johnson's got a bit of wheel spin. You don't get a lot of grip on the grass with a roller with smooth wheels.
You'll be doing a hand-parry turn next.
Burn if I don't cover it up. just draws my attention to what's written in the programme about this engine. It's number 7. It's the Fayre A8 estate engine made in 1909, owned by Colin and Carol Piggott. I better include her name, the Oscar Row. This is what it says about this engine in the programme. It was black, now it's blue. It didn't work, now it does. We used to have money, now we're broke. How about that? That's by Mrs. Piggott. I've got to make sure I get that right. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I made a lot of faults, have I? I've got to admit, I bought a petrol engine roller in one of Sheffield's sales in April. I didn't tell my wife I was buying it. It was nearly last in the sale, about 6 o'clock at night I bought that. She does speak to me again now. The words new kitchen come to mind every so often when I mention rollers. I'm afraid I can't afford a steamroller, so I have to have the next best thing, one with a petrol engine.
Trevor, I've got bad news for you, mate. Your better half just been in here. She says she hasn't forgotten about the new kitchen. It's next on the list. If you want to wander back in this direction down to PA Control, they're about to draw the raffle tickets for the Verizon monster truck and also for the helicopter ride. Okay, folks, just coming up to